Disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism. So, guys, do not get mad with the messenger. Comment, news reporting, scholarship, teaching, and research. So, again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Give me a second, guys. What I'm trying to do is make sure that I put all my stuff back in because for some reason I had some kind of malfunction. Okay. So, that's exactly how it is every time when you come live. So just give me 1 second and we're going to go ahead and break this down where I always say, well, even a child can understand. Okay. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. Okay. So give me a second. Let me see if I can get everything in here together because we're going to go ahead and break it down. Okay. So let me see where I'm at. Hey, Eva Miller is in the house. Hey guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you, Star. Thank you guys for coming in. So give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can set up everything because for some reason I was having problems. Okay, so let me see if I can go ahead and put this in right here, and then we can go ahead and get this started. Okay, and this is not to poke fun on anyone, but it's to shine the light. Someone got to say enough is enough, okay? Someone got to say enough is enough. Someone have to stand 10 toes down. And I know me, honey, I go against the grain. Like I said, when I see 99 going one way, I go the other way, okay? So give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this together. Because what I saw, guys, to me, it just was, it was just, it's horrible. Hold on 1 second.
Divine masculine, because as a man, there's some questions.
So what I'm trying to do is put in the clips that I went ahead and set up, okay? So this is one of them. Hold on, guys. Let me get out this one. I had everything set up, but for some reason, I don't know. I didn't have any audio. And once I get this, I can be able to relax a little bit. And this is the second one, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do this one right here.
Kind of money to obtain.
So, okay, guys, give me a second. I am right back. So again, guys, let me make sure that I go ahead and welcome you all in. Greetings. Thank you for coming in. And don't only watch the videos, guys. Make sure you go ahead and share this live because this is what I am very passionate about. This stuff is what I'm very passionate about. I had over 500 videos and was doing real good, especially when we talking about the foolish things of the world. Long as I'm talking about, reality shows, which, some stuff, I do talk about because I try to take the foolish things of this world to go ahead and confirm the wise. But once you start talking about stuff that is really going on out there, it does not fly. But somebody got to say it because we already know when it comes to the truth. And I always talk about this all the time. The truth is like surgery. It hurts, but it heals. A lie is like a painkiller. Everybody wants to hear a lie. Everybody wants to, be tickled. What I mean tickled is that everybody wants something that's going to make them feel good. But when you have surgery, nobody wants their heart open, okay? And when it's a painkiller, it gives an instant relief, but it also has side effects forever. And I'm not that type of person, I in here, we are grown folks, okay? And like I said, no children in here. If you looking for your ears to be tickled, you go somewhere else. Somebody that's going to go ahead and tickle your ears, okay? So let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer again under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, teaching, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Starbucks says fair use commentary, and also she says Starbucks has said that hit the like button. These Bush babies, like I said, I always tell you guys all the time, the right ones are in the house. Okay, the right ones are in the house, and you could take that to the bank. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys had heard what I'm saying, but I see all this as a prophetess, and I see myself as a prophetess. All this stuff, what I see right now, I already had foreseen all this, and nothing is new under the sun. And what I see two things. I see gentrification, and also I see integration. Now, when it comes to integration and gentrification, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, especially when you are doing it for your people, for the betterment of your community. But if you are out there and you are grabbing land, and you are trying to get outsiders to come in, nothing good is going to come out of that, especially when you are taking people that's uneducated, they poverty, those strikes are against them right there. Not having the right education, don't have the money, can't go and hire an attorney, but yet you using a thumbprint. And like I said, in here, we're going to tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay, in here is unapologetic real talk. Okay, like I said, we don't have time to tickle nobody ears, but it was so disheartening, and it brought back some memories of what I had, heard and read when it came to our ancestors and our forefathers, especially when we always used to say, that, as we in here, what we call little Babylon America, how we got here, how they said they pack us on boats and put us, and scatters across the four corners of this world. I don't know, like I say, there's a lot of stuff now that, by being in what I call the age of information, which means that everything is out as a push of a button. So a lot of stuff, that was told to us, we shaking it off. We taking off of these grave clothes. But I remember people always used to say, when it comes to our history, how our own people sold us out. I used to always argue. I say, no, 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 no. Our own people couldn't sell us out, no. But right here, what you're going to see, and like I said, all this right here, this is my disclaimer for fair use commentary. If it's out there, I'm going to report it. Like I said, you cannot say that, oh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this to this person and do that. Like I said, when it comes to pictures tell 1,000 words. Okay, and if you got the video, hey, you got the cream of the crop. You got the cream of the crop. And Starbucks, what is, I mean, it's just so baffling is when you see your own people doing it to each other. Now I will see the outsiders coming in, but now I'm having a second thought. I have to reevaluate myself. It did these people come in and use pop house and drop all kinds of ammunitions on us, which some of the stuff is true, but did we let them in? Did we roll the red carpet and let them in? Okay, and this is not being about races, so don't sit there and say, oh, she's a racist, oh, she's just hating, and ain't nobody hating and nobody is being a racist. Okay, like I said there and say, we are calling out what we see. You air it out, you are free game. And what I was saying earlier is that how, especially, you will see some racist bigots that say, oh no, you guys sold your own people, and we arguing back and forth. No, we didn't sell our own people, but now I'm seeing right here today, 2025, 2025, where we are now in what I call the age of information. Everything is out there, but we got our own people. Got our own people selling out our own people, taking their land. It's like back then, when we saw, how we used to see pictures and hearing stories in our history books, the scramble for Africa, how they went ahead and they grabbed all the land. You remember we used to sing this nursery rhyme that used to say finders keepers, losers sweepers. That was true. The British Empire had came up with a decree called the Paper Bull, and allow all those invaders to go into Africa. And you might sit there and say, "Oh, I don't want to hear this." Oh, we moving forward, but are we moving forward, or are we going back around? Because, like I said, nothing is new under the sun. So let me go ahead and show you a small clip, guys. I want you guys to see this right here, because it is so hard when you see your own people doing it to each other. Like I said, I want to see change. I want to see growth, but I also want to see us building up our own community, our own village before we let anybody else in. Don't let history repeat itself, okay? Because if you haven't learned, all you're going to get is history repeating itself again. Okay, so let me show you this right quick. And like I said, I am a prophetess. I see things what most people don't see. Some people, they've been doing some commentary when it comes to this particular topic, and I talks about variety of things. I just don't stay in the box. But if it's something that is passion to me and something that I need to bring awareness to, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about it. So let me show you this right quick, and then we're going to go and get into my commentary. But again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share this video for more unapologetic content. And if you are triggered by anything that I am about to talk about or show you guys, this may not be the channel for you, okay? This might not be the channel for you. In here is 18 and up. And if you feel that this is something that you don't like, then you find a channel that's going to go ahead and accommodate you, okay? And that's the real talk.
I repeat.
Hold on one second. Let me make sure that I get it together. Give me 1 second.
It is not worth it. What shall it profit a man?
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Kind of money to obtain it. I repeat one more time, it is not worth it. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world? You know how wide this world is? That by whatever creativity you gain the whole world and then you lose your soul. See, if you don't have convictions, the devil will bait you into anything.
Okay, guys, so right now, as you all see, that's the chief writing. So this is the agreement letter. So he has to fill it up. The signatories have to be here. The witnesses have to be here. I mean, this is how it's done. So with this now, take it to the land boards and you grab your title deed.
Please, that I want to read. Wow. This one, at least this one is cheap. Another one is 50 years.
Guys.
Ada mau kita sudah? Ayo. Mungkin kita sudah.
Guys, I wanted you to see this right quick. I made a short little video. I might go ahead and post that as well. But I wanted you to see the stuff that is going on in a small village. And let me make sure that I go ahead and pronounce it right. In Nybohensa village is a small village in Kenya, and I want to see. I'm not going to tell you no lie. I want to see, that little small village. I want to see it prosper, but I don't want to see history repeat itself. So let me go ahead and to guys that just coming on and don't know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to break it down, and what to me was very disheartening. And like I said, this right here is not to go ahead and try to be mean spirit. You might sit there and say, oh, she's being mean spirit. No, I'm not being mean spirit. And what you see right here, I'm going to show you. We're going to go ahead and start with Rosia. Now Rosia is the one that Marwa went ahead. He's the one that is actually from Africa. Marwa met her, I think, was on a dating site. I think it was called Tinder, or I might be wrong. So all this right here, I'm going to say allegedly, but he met her off a dating site. Now she has said that, if I'm not mistaken, that she didn't know, what he had accomplished. She really didn't know him. She just was on the site. And I think that Mao had a party. Maybe I think he had a home. Welcome party, because he had built this big mansion, which is built on the outside, but inside got a lot of work to do. The plumbing and everything is not even set in place. But she came there because she has big dreams, very very big dreams. And I guess maybe she probably felt that she was getting close to her 30s, or maybe she might be older than that. I might be wrong. Give me a second, guys, because and I apologize. I had a little delay, guys, so I'm trying to catch my breath, and making sure that everything is straight. Hey, Vika Real is in the house. She says hello, Lady D and folks. Thank you, Vika. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Eva. Emma Miller. I think I must have missed Miller is in. Oh, that's Eva Miller. So, guys, thank you, and make sure you go ahead and check out Vika Real. Okay, I had a little hiccups before I came on, but I'm straight now. I am straight now. So, like I said, when it comes to all this right here, guys, this is not to be mean spirit. It's not to poke fun. Nobody is jealous. When it came to Rosil, I don't know how she went ahead and she found me. She found me on Instagram. She, has said some things, which I'm not going to go ahead and post it, because that's on my Instagram account. But no one is being jealous. If anything, I am very upset. And the reason why I'm very upset, because I'm sick and tired of seeing my people going through the same stuff over and over and over. And I know that people love whoever they love, no doubt about it. But don't try to step on someone's back just for you to get to the top. And when it comes to Rosia, whether you guys, wants to hear it or not, like I said, she probably felt that, she's getting up in age, and, she got dreams, and she wants to fulfill those dreams, and she don't care who back that she stepped on to go and get those dreams, because they are like oil and water. When it comes to Mawa is more of an earthy person. And when I say earthy person, he's just like in the village, he more content of where he's at, the natural stuff. But when it comes to Rosil, she more of a materialistic person. Now she's in the UK. She went ahead and she took her baby, which we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about it. Like I said, I have time today, but she went ahead and she took her baby, but she left Mawa in Africa because, I guess he want to continue finishing his village. He stayed in Argentina so she can go ahead and have a baby for almost close to a year. Well, almost close to a year. I think like 7 months or maybe close to that. But now, he's back in his village, and maybe, I was hearing that some saying the reason why she's in the UK, she's traveling with the baby because of the visa, and making sure that when he come back, he can be part of a citizenship, when it comes to his inheritance. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about, because like I said, people know exactly, especially people that are cunning and manipulative. They know exactly how to take it from you. Okay, they don't care what they do. When they want what you got, they await. And that's exactly how the enemy, and I'm not saying that she's doing it, but they'll sit there, and until they get exactly what they want to get, and they gonna seal a deal, even if they got to have an offspring, because they want to make sure that they can be able to get what they want out of you. And when it comes to that little small village is growing off of YouTube. They are YouTubers, and the Most High God had blessed them, very small rural area in Nybohensa, and had blessed them where now, they got telephones, and they got internet where, they can make their YouTube videos. But the thing about it is that they building big old huge houses, and I don't know who put that in their mind to build huge houses and live in the houses. That is not a good investment if you're going to live in it. Now, if you're going to take the house and you're going to, make money out of it, but to start off, because when it comes to YouTube is not promises to no one. You can make money one day, the next day you can not make no money, or the day after, you can be demonetized, so it's not a guaranteed thing. And most of them that's in that little small village where they building big old huge houses, and no plumbing, no infrastructure, no, nothing that is going to be a good profit. And I don't know who allowed them to do it, where they even using donations, some of them using donations, because they cannot complete the houses. So if you got to take donations, and you have to use all of your resources, then it wasn't the time yet. Maybe if you would have gotten a business, maybe you would have gotten a little store. But the thing about it is that, getting back when it comes to Rocio, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, when it comes to her and Marwa, they are like oil and water. They are like oil and water. How she met him, she met him off a dating site. She went there, and she traveled. She didn't even flew there. She was like staying at people houses, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, I'm gonna say alleging. All this right here is allegedly, where she even stayed at guys' houses. Just slept there until she got to Africa. But now you got a child, and it's different now. How you used to roll back then, you cannot roll like that with your child. Not, going to completely strangers, dealing with completely strangers, guys. And you having people to host you. And the thing about it is that the minute when she said that she had a host in London, I already had said, I bet you 5 out of 1 it was going to be a black host, because we always open the doors for everybody, always allow everybody to ride off our back. And I promise you, once you get there, they won't even recognize you, but they need you to get into that door. Now, like I said, enough is enough. You already know the games that they play. But I might be a little all over the place, Vicarel, but like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get there. But you have to be careful. And now that she's in the UK now, she's been carrying a baby, close to her chest, breathing all on the child, eating all over the child, instead of having a child, get a nice little stroller, those little umbrella strollers that they have, put the child in the stroller where you can eat, you can be able to move around. She got the child, so attached to her, bind up, in this little thing. I'm gonna show it to you. But in the UK, you seen all the women that was traveling and tourists. They had their kids in a stroller. The baby is congested, because of the climate weather, and also all under her. It just don't make no sense. So if you are looking out for the welfare of that child, make sure that child is safe. Make sure that if you are traveling, make sure the child have a car seat. Make sure that the child have a stroller. Make sure the hotel room that you are in is not only accommodating you, but also if you got the child traveling with you, that it should accommodate the child. So if I would have gotten a hotel, I would have also got a hotel that have, at least a baby bed in there, where now the child is crawling. And this is not no hating. I promise you guys, this is not no hating. This right here is real talk. This is real talk. So let me go ahead and finish showing you guys. I hope you got, let me do another mic check. You guys making sure that I can hear myself. Give me a thumbs up. And also make sure you go ahead and check out my girl, Vika Real Space, Vika Real _ Space. She said that I'm wondering why she can't use baby strollers to allow babies to relax. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let me see if I can go ahead and make you a mod. See how to do this, because gosh, see, let me see how I can make you a mod, Vika. If not, I might have to add you on afterwards. So let me see. That's my girl Vika, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check Vika Real out. I just don't understand, why she don't, and she have a stroller for the child. Why she don't travel with that? I know she used to, being like a gypsy. And some of you guys might wonder, what is a gypsy? A gypsy is a person that just travels all over the world, and they don't care where they lay their head at, and they travel with the entire investment on their back, which we already know when it came to Rosia. Rosia said that when she came to Africa, she only came with the clothes on her back, but with a big dream, but with a poor man's budget. And like I said, I'm not here to sugarcoat anyone. She came with a big dream. Come here. They out there mowing the lawn, guys. Come here. Come on. And I have 2 dogs, guys. So, what I was saying is, she has big dreams with a poor man's budget. And the minute when she went into the airport, the first thing that she spotted was Prada. Yeah, the devil wearing Prada, wearing eyeglass. She that's the taste that she have, And when she got in the airplane, she put the camera on the first class, because, that's her dreams to be rich. But like I be telling you guys all the time, what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your soul, losing your daggone mind? And you got to step on people to get where you are today. I promise you guys, like I said, when I tell you something, you can take it to the bank. When it comes to Rosia is only using Marwa so she can get to where she needs to get. And once she get there, she's going to give him dust. I promise you. They don't care even if they got a child. These people don't care. And that's real talk. Yep, just like Coco Girl. Absolutely. I've been calling her out. I call Coco Girl out. Oh, don't talk about her. But it's the thing about our people. Our people are so protected of the outsiders than they are their own people. They will sit there and they will crucify you to go and help somebody else that don't care a hill of beans about you. And that's what it's like when it comes to how you sing when it comes to Marwa. How Marwa and his sister, now that they got YouTube money and they got, big donors where they can get donations where they are buying land from villagers, and I'm gonna show you because it just it broke my heart. And I'm gonna say allegedly, but they said that Dee just went ahead and she purchased land because she wants to build a house. Okay, no problem with that. But do it the right way. They said that the guy, and I'm gonna show you, I got all the clips where they said that the guy that she purchased the land from, it was his inheritance that was left to him. And, he was under influence, he was like an alcoholic. And I'm gonna say allegedly, okay? But the thing about it is that in that village, they still run it the old system. And I thank God that, he got people, over them as well. But it's a chief that's in the village that when they want to sign over the land, it's sort of like what we have down here, in the United States, like a notary, someone that's legal aid. They're not really attorney, but when it comes to the chief is over the entire village. He's like the government, or not. I won't say the government, more like the mayor. Yes, the chief is like the mayor. How we have, we got the mayor, we got the government, then we got the president and all this other stuff. That's how it ran. But they said that the guy that went ahead, which I'm gonna show you, he's sold Dee the land, and what she gave him, you won't believe it, gave him one of, and even the guy that was driving around sat there and said it was true. That bike was cheap. Gave him a cheap bike. And I went ahead and I Googled how much that motorcycle is, which is called a box. I never even heard of a motorcycle called a box, okay? Never ever heard. Which runs no more in the USA, and if it runs in the USA, no more than $400 to $500 in the USA. Just imagine it's even lower in Africa. And she was sitting there saying, new, everything is new. And the reason why she was saying that, because what she was doing is she was baiting him, she was wooing him to make him think that he had got a good deal. But the guy that was driving the motorcycle for him knew that it was cheap. It was not a good deal. But just imagine, guys, buying you buying land for a motorcycle that's under $500. Make it make sense, guys. I can't make this up even if I want to. Yep, that's what she is. She's a Rolling Stone. I call it a gypsy. A gypsy is a person, they don't care where they lay their head at. They don't care. Long they can get what they want. They don't care. The black race is extremely generous. Yes, extremely generous to others. Because even though when it comes to Marwa and Dee, they buying land from their villagers, and they building houses on that land. But the thing about it is that they are getting outsiders to move in that house. Marwa got Rosia, which Rosia, she's a European, she's from Argentina, still European. Dee went and found her European. He looked pale as all outdoors, and I'm not being racist. But like I said, charity begins in the house first before it's spread abroad. Marwa had very beautiful queens, beautiful queens. I'm not talking about no trifling person with tattoos and snakes and don't even know their culture. Don't, just to see your people, it makes them sick unless they can step on them. I'm not being mean, guys. I'm a truth teller. But beautiful, beautiful melanated women that came in there. One came in to cook for Marwa. They ran her out. Now her channel is doing so good. I'm gonna show you. Very beautiful. And if he say he don't like fat women, then she's very petite. And they can grow together. That village can be so powerful. If he would have had someone that had his back, not someone that only withdrawing from him, but someone that they would be able to build together. Not just because, she knows how to cook, she knows clean, she does all that. But they all can prosper together. When it comes to Rocio can't cook. Rocio cannot clean up. She only have one room in that a mansion that he have. Only one room, and she don't even clean that. I showed you that picture the other day. All she want is all about her. Me, 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 me. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. She don't care about nobody but herself. And that's real talk. That was a real racist is benefiting from. They call her real racist because she is. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you some clips. Even when she went to get ice cream, she made it all about races. It's not that you like chocolate. It's that you want to get to the top. I promise you, once you get to the top, you'll sit there and want vanilla back, just like the Kardashians. But you need our silly sheep, because we are the only ones that falls for it to get you to that top. But like I said, the entire world is watching now. The entire world is watching. You're not going to be able to play those cunning and manipulative things that you guys used to do because the world is watching. We got our eyes on you. We got our eyes on you, okay? And nowhere in the world, you know good and well, that was not a fair deal for Dee to buy land, knowing that this guy was not in his right mind, didn't have no attorney, didn't have no one to appraise that land. That was what you call land grabbing. You are no worse than your oppressors, okay? But like I said, one thing about karma never forget an address. What goes around comes around, and that's real talk. Eva Miller said, are they really buying land or are they grabbing land? It just don't seem authentic what they're doing. They are grabbing land because, and that's just my opinion. They are grabbing land because if you got to give pennies to a person and you purchasing acres of land and you giving them pennies on a dollar, that's land grabbing, that's stealing, that's scamming. That is scamming. And that's my opinion. That's scamming. I don't see how you can sleep at night. How you can sleep at night. And then you're going to hear on the video, I also had made a short, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Oh, it's new. It's new. It's new. Look, the new Hammond. She wouldn't even want nothing name brand, off brand like that. She purchased her mom a BMW. Now you want to buy land, acres of land for less than $400. Make it make sense. Eva say, Vika says Eva is a land grabbing. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. But what goes around comes around because you are stealing. And I'm not going to use the word. We're going to say land grabbing. To me, like I said there, you call it what it is. And here's real talk. But you are taking somebody else's land, taking their birthrights, selling it to them for a bowl of beans. Like I said, nothing new is under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. That's why I said there and say when it comes to the Bible, don't get rid of your Bibles. Because we are fulfilling scriptures right now. Selling our birthrights for a bowl of beans. All you see right now is history repeating itself. We let these people in. And once you let it's a scripture. Once you let the devil in, they're going to tie you down and they're going to take you for everything that you got. And that's real talk. Yes, that's land grabbing. Vika says, upon all knowing numerous cases, no one has stand up to challenge them. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why no one is challenging these people unless they think that they have their hands in the cookie jar, because we already know a lot of them, like I said there and say, and I hate to say it, but education is the key, guys. If you don't have education, people can railroad you, people can screw you over, people can manipulate you. And when it comes to Marwa and Dee, like I say, they don't have it all together themselves, because what goes around come around. They might think that, oh, we got a little education, we a little better than them. No, you're not, because when you taking it from your own people, then you bringing in the outsiders and they taking it from you. They taking it from you. Even if they got to have offsprings, that land, part of that land, going to be a part of their inheritance. And that's exactly where, when I saw in the spirit, when it came to gentrification, when it comes to gentrification. So, like I said, all that's doing is erasing your people out, completely out. If you want me to break it down where even a child can understand. Like I said, nothing new is under the sun. Nothing new is under the sun. And it's sad when no one is doing anything about it until it's too late. And I've been watching so much stuff that is going on in certain parts of Africa, in Burkina Faso, how they trying to get these people out. And these people don't even want to come out. These colonizers think that they are entitled. I see South Africa president, how they are trying to, get their land back. These people sitting there saying that's their land. How that was your land? You didn't bone on these land. We talking about people that are native to that land. You are not native to that land. You was given it because your people came in as invaders. And you think that you are entitled, just like the president was sitting there saying, show us the deeds. Show us the deeds. You can't show no deeds unless the ones that the settlers, the invaders, the Britons. That would be the last place that I would want to go to if I was in Africa. Britain would be the last place, because Britain is the one that did a lot when it comes to African people. They are the ones that went ahead and divided the land to everybody except them. Everybody ate off of Africa except the children. They were just the bread basket. Everybody just comes and sit at the table except them. So Britain played a lot when it comes to the scrabble for Africa. When it came to colonizing, British played a lot. Go and do the research, guys. This is something that I am not making up. Eva said that family believe if it's white, it's right. If it's ain't white, it's wrong. They need soul searching. The first thing is to accept yourself for who you are, who God made you. Absolutely. That's horrible. When there's a lot of self-hate, when you don't even like yourself because you think that everything that's white is right. Ain't nothing coming out of this. All you doing is just allowing these people to suck the life out of you like spiritual vampires, because they're not depositing anything. Of anything they are taking out. You think that if you was still in the village, living in the mud houses, being a goat herder or whatever, and I'm not trying to, dumb it down someone's, humble beginning, but I'm just saying, do you think that Rosia would have traveled into Africa to see you? No. The only reason why she's there because she saw prosperity. And once she got in there, she wanted more and more and more. You would never be able, listen to me, Marwa. You would never be able to please her. You would never. And that's real talk. because she gonna always want more and more. And just like she said there and say the type of people that she liked, but she couldn't get there unless she sat there and stepped on your back to get there, and you allowed her in. Okay, you and Rosia are like oil and water. The only reason why she's there because nobody else wants her. Okay, but you. And I'm gonna say allegedly. Okay, guys. Eva Miller says, in my opinion, the villagers need to awaken. They need to be educated because what happened in is utterly ridiculous. We are in 2025. One family cannot manipulate the entire village. Lord have mercy. And the reason why they're doing that because they're trickling the little things in these people that they are not used to. Just like when you saw Rosia was what she was doing. She was giving them candy, something that they are not used to, baiting them in. So when you sitting there showing something different than what they have, then these people are selling soul. And we got to pray that these people don't let history repeat itself because it does not make no sense. They even tried with this other family, Anne, Miss Anne. They thought they was going to be able to railroad her. And when she didn't want it to sell or allow them to do certain things to her land, they said they was trying to badmouth her. They was trying to shame her in her own village. But I'm glad that she didn't sell her land to them. What she did was she built a gate and she closed them out. Vika said, either they aren't listening, that's the problem. And they feel like that's why Mara are taking advantage of them. Because like I said, everybody got to sit there and they got to shine light on this. And I truly believe it's going to start. Stop looking at this as this entertainment or for clicks and likes. I don't come on for clicks and likes. Yes, I want clicks. Yes, I want likes. Yes, I want to get paid. But I also got to sleep at night. I also going to stand on my truth. A lot of people, they do commentary on it, but they're not really serious about it because they don't want to lose their monetization. So they're not really getting into the meat of it. They don't really want to cross because if you really wants to shine a light on it, I'm pretty sure the ones that's right there can do much damage to shine a light. They can get to people that's over them, over the people that's in the village, go higher, start writing letters, just like you come on and you click to come on the internet to make commentary, start writing letters, go higher than them. Start getting reporters to come into the community to see what's going on. And I promise you, you start shining light like this, some action gonna be done. But long as you sitting on your computers all day making tons and tons of reaction videos, nothing is going to happen. Nothing. But if you right there and you seen the stuff that is going on, how these people are selling their birthrights. Their land is their inheritance. Their land is all that they have. Just for Mara to get outside investors to come in, he's going to buy the land from you dirt cheap. And then he's going to get the outsiders to come in. And before you know it, they're going to push you out. They're going to push you out of your own land. And got outsiders coming in and building in your own village. That's exactly what they're doing, guys. Can't you see it? But it's sad when Marwa is living in a glass house. He is actually living in a glass house. You can't live in a glass house and treat your people wrong just because you got a tall gate around your compound. Like I said, giants do fall, especially when you think that you're going to be able to take advantage of God's people. And especially when you are living in a glass house. All this right here is Bible prophecies. All this is prophecies that's being fulfilled. Like I said, nothing is new under the sun. You taking advantage of your own people, then you bringing outsiders, people that is much smarter than you, that's going to sit there and end up taking everything that you got. Make it make sense. Is it Vika says exactly, that's the right word, selling their birthrights for a bowl of beans. Selling their birthrights for a bowl of beans. But as you can see right here, when it comes to when it comes to Rosia, Rosia is now in the UK. She's living her best life. That's the first time I ever seen her scream and holler. I didn't even see her scream and holler and so excited when she met Mawa, and Mawa moved all of his people out of the compound, away from him, deleted all the women who he called parasites and men out of his phone log to let her in. I didn't see her get that excited to move in with Mawa. I didn't see Rosia get that excited when she had a child. But the minute when she went to UK, she was so excited. And the reason why she was so excited, because now she's living her best life. She living her best life, because I really don't need Mawa no more. I done got all of his subscribers. I got his child, where I can make monetization off of me and that child alone. I don't even need Mawa anymore. That's how people think. That's how they think. I don't need him anymore, because I got the child. And everybody, most that watches me, all of his followers, they are Mawa's followers. But they also, they had got attached to the child. So Rosia don't even have to go back to that compound. She can go back when she feel like, if she want to. She's still most likely going to get subscribers, because she played her cards right. She was smart. That's why I sat there and say, you got to be careful how you put your foot on people, because karma does not play fair. You thinking that you're going to take advantage of your own people, and somebody else is going to come and take advantage of you. And that's exactly what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing. Vika said, this is supposed to be a very easygoing community, but one family stood up to disorganize their peace. Absolutely. Now they fighting confusion and chaos. Confusion and chaos is in the village. These people went and took a dump truck and rolled over these people's farms, their crops, cut down their avocado tree. Yes, cut down the avocado tree. People that making money off of those fruits, selling it for those kids' tuition. And they cut it down. They didn't care about nothing but themselves. Rolled through their farm. They didn't care, because they think that they entitled. They think that they entitled. And like I said there and say, it's time to shine light to all the darkness that's going on and get the ball rolling. You don't have to mess with no authorities that's in the village, because we already know what we saw that was corrupt. Nowhere in the world a chief of that village is going to just allow someone to give up their inheritance with a thumbprint, without getting it appraised, without allowing him to go and seek attorneys. That's how we do it in the village. Make it make sense. Vigoro, precisely, best live all black race. That's how they do it. Nothing new is under the sun. Look how when she went to the UK, how she had the ones that hosting her. She sit in the back because she felt that makes her superior. Even with the young girl, very beautiful. She looked like she was educated. The one that was walking around in the streets with her. She had her pulling a grocery bag. That makes Rosia feel superior when she's seen that she got a black person. And you can see that she didn't like it. I'm going to show you. I got time. I'm going to show you. You can see that she didn't like it because she kept looking at Rosia. And I don't think that she's going to come back. Rosia had her pushing the buggy. And also, Rocio had her in the back. That makes Rocio feel superior because she feels that you are beneath her. When you feel like you arrive, you can have a black person toting your bags or being your nanny, being your pet. And like I said, guys, this is not being mean. I'm calling it like it is. If not, history is going to repeat itself. You learn from your past mistakes. Now, we heard about what had happened to our people back then, our forefathers, how they were stripped of their land, their culture, their religion. We heard about all that. But now we're seeing it right now in 2025, how we seeing people are being stripped of their land, pretty much stripped of their culture, even had Marwa doing pretty much rituals, drinking placenta blood around a circle that looked like a ritual, you know? Eva said, girl, you absolutely right. We over here in the United States and Canada, it is burning our soul, and they are over there. They need to take action with the highest authority, not the ones on the take. Absolutely. And we're going to open up a panel, not today, but we're going to open a panel. Maybe the day at 5 o'clock, I might come back on where we can open up a panel and we need to talk about this. And also, we also need to get on these reactors that's in that village that only doing commentary. No, you got to get some letters out, guys. You're not ignorant. If you can come on and make reaction videos and show the things that's going on in that village, then you need to go a step higher and get to the right people. Get in touch with news people. The only ones that I see that really doing something besides JT podcast, what's his name? Is his name is Gento. Is the guy he talks like a Gento. I think his name is Gento. He talk like a he talked like a newscaster, something like that. He talks like that. But he's shining light. He's talking to the people, and he even had a news reporter go and get news reporters outside of that village and get these people in and do reports of what's going on, of how this young guy was pretty much scammed out of his land. And I'm going to say allegedly. All this right here is for research and for educational purpose only, okay? Yeah, Gentoo, yes. He's the pretty much, he pretty much is the one that's got his boots on the ground, reporting on the stuff that's going on, talking about how these people's lands was taken away from him. That's the type of people that we need. If you want to see a change, that's what you need. And he's very passionate and very serious about what he's doing. And those that are educated, that's looking from the outside in, get in touch with Gentoo, so you can find the necessary people, the advocates out there that's willing to help people that's getting their lands taken away from them, because people are misusing them because lack of education, or because they are have some kind of mental capacity. Their lands should not be taken away from them. So now that all eyes is on that village, are you going to allow history to repeat itself? If not, the blood is going to be on your hands, because I don't find this entertaining. I find this deplorable for your own people to take from their own people just to hand it over to their oppressors. Make it make sense. Yes, he is a very smart person. I watches him all the time because he's the only one that's sitting there sounding the alarm. It's not entertainment for him. Anytime when you come on and you talk about Mawa from day in and day out, and you don't see any change, but you got a platform, then you're going to have to re examine yourself. You're going to have to re examine yourself. Let me say it again. If you have a platform and you see the things that is going on in that village, you're going to have to go out there and get the right people to come in, get other reporters, professional reporters that will put that on news. People that have a very huge, large followers that can make a big impact and shine the light of what's going on, because if not, history is going to repeat itself. So let's go ahead and play some more. And let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer again, because like I said, honey, when you start exposing these demons, ain't nobody mad but the devil. Look how it when I came on, how I had problems, but I'm all right now. So let me go ahead and make sure that I read the copyright disclaimer. Is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, teaching, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. So again, guys, make sure you hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. But if you want to see a change gonna have to start with you. Stop looking at everything as if it's entertainment, okay? Look at everything as if, look, hey, we are not going to allow history to repeat itself. And that's real talk, okay? You see, let's play that part again. Let's play the part again. First of all, who do you see coming at her rescue? It makes me feel like our former president of the United States. The blacks always have my backs. Yeah, we got your back, but you never have our back. Who do you see that's coming and hosting her? Who do you see that's putting her in those luxury hotels? Who you think doing that? Not her people. Not even people close to her, look like her, is putting her there. It always our people. We always was the ones that take care of everybody instead of taking care of ourselves. Charity begins at home before it spreads abroad. Thank you, BL. Yes, BL say real talk. Thank you very much. But just look at this. I never saw Rocio that excited. And Mao went ahead and pulled the entire world down for her, had his own people bowing down to her. But she's away from him. She feeling like now she has arrived. Okay? She's getting there. But how is she getting there? Off of the backs of the same people that she calls parasites. Make it make sense. And you know what? We're just seeing already there. Just look at that. 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 Of all the beautiful melanated goddesses that could have helped him build up that village where the entire world will be looking and admiring how this man took a YouTuber, and how he sat there and he built up his community. How he built up his community with a strong melanated real queen, real goddesses on his side. This man has a very huge mansion that he went ahead and built. many rooms that's inside of that building, that house, that mansion, that compound, where they could have had all types of schools, all types of programs, things to help the kids in that community. But what do you see Rocio doing? Giving them candy, showing them in the cameras just for a little while, just, for clicks and likes. You don't see no growth. Look like if you're going to bring somebody in, at least they should came in with something. And this is not being hateful. Hey, country girl queen is in the house. Hey, guy, how are you doing? She says, good afternoon, unapologetic real talk and truth tellers at work listening. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Earlier, I had some hiccups, but I'm all right. Sometimes, you got to get through it all. Eva says that the reason Rocio felt self-centered and egotistical to have this person push the cart is because in the village, Mao used the villagers. His slavery has not been abolished in his eyes. Absolutely. It's sad. Let me read it again. The reason Rocio felt self-centered and egotistical to have this person push the cart is because in the village, Mao used the villagers as if like slaves has not been abolished in his eyes. He looked at his own people as servants to cater to the same people that oppress and suppress. How long, oh Lord? How long are we going to continue allowing the cankerworms, the palmer worms, and the locusts and the caterpillars to eat the children's bread? You are gods and goddesses, black man. You are above. You are not beneath. You are the head and not the tail. Without you, nothing will exist. You are the lifeline to everything that exists. If Africa will close the doors, nothing will survive. And she knows the game. She knows the games. She knows the games. And she's playing it well. Give her a hand clap. Give her a hand clap. Give Rocio a bow. Because the blueprint is still in full effect today when it comes to how her people was able to come in and colonize and oppress and suppress our people. Like I said, some of this is not that they put the pow-pows on us. We rolled out the red carpet for these people. We rolled out the red carpet for those people. And this is not being racist, guys. This is real talk. Unapologetic real talk. In my opinion, Eva said Mao is a cruel, evil, disgusting, and educated person. And he's not that educated. He's not that educated because, want me to tell you something? He's just a little above his own people when it comes to that department. But you got Rocio and you got others that's going to come and take it from you. So while you sitting there taking it from your own people because you think that you can outsmart your people, but you bringing in these investors, bringing in other people to come in that's going to clean you up dry. And then you're going to see history repeats itself all over again. The only reason why he was able to do what he's doing today, evil, because he got his own people sitting there feeding them like they peasants, like they bottle feeders. He riding off his own people's back. That's why he can get that cheap labor. But God don't play when it comes to his people. Touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. God does not play when it comes to his people. Whatever you have done to the least of my children, you have done it unto me. That's why every time when he fixed something, something else break. He's not organized at all because Instead of he focusing on the inside, he's trying to build some houses on the outside. Get what you need inside first before you try to put money somewhere else. So that's just to show you he's not organized. So the minute when he builds something, something else gonna break, something else gonna fall apart because he's not an organized person. He's not a smart person. Because now he's building something outside. I don't know what it is. He's building outside on those compounds, but still he got a lot of work, a lot of leakage. He got that cabinet and everything needs to be fixed. The toilets not even flushing. The infrastructure, nothing. Like I say, you never win when you play dirty. You never win when you play dirty. She says he need a dose of his own medicine and he's going to get it. You looking at it right now. Rocio is his karma. Rocio is his karma. Rocio is the one that's going to bring him to his knees. And if he's sitting there, he's selling property outside of his village and to these people, all over the other countries, they're going to sit there and they're going to bring him to his knees. All she wanted to do is have a child. And she got what she wants. She don't really need him anymore. Because she's still going to sit there, if she play her cards right, and she going to make bank off of him. She know exactly what she's doing without him because he's not. I'm sorry to tell you guys, this might not be the channel for you. But he is not. Well, she is not his type. She is not his type. We already know. She already said what she like. She like blind blue eye. She likes somebody that's with money. That's why everything that she looks, it always with a price to it. Everything that she do is with a price. And the thing about it, she comes across as a leech. Because even when she was in the grocery stores talking about prices, because she feel that one of them silly donors, I got these silly people. You guys are silly. I got these silly people, the Pampers and all this stuff. They're going to send her the money. They're going to send her everything that she needs. The child is all congestion, everything. Got the child all attached to her chest. Don't have the child in the proper stroke. She's not going to listen. She's not going to listen because she feel like it's too mothering. She don't want nothing that's going to look too mothering to her. She wants to put him on like a back sack because that's how she used to traveling. Come on, guys. Wake up. Vika says she has no intention of staying. Not at all. Not at all. She only there until she get to another level that she was trying to get to. And once she get there, most likely, like I said, I am a true prophetess. Most likely, once she get to another level, her own sister is the one that's going to be raising that child. Because if she was looking out for that child's best interest, she would have said, no, he's too young to travel. He's too young to travel like that around people. Or she would have made sure that she had things that was going to accommodate him. This girl is carrying this child on her chest. And he's uncomfortable, tight. He can't even move around. Can't even move his head. The child even going to have spinal problems. The child going to be walking around with his head bent. Because he can't move around. The child is growing. Yes, she's very calculated. Very calculated. And Vika said the blue-eyed European is still in her mind. Absolutely. She's trying to fulfill her dreams. And the sad thing about it is that she's trying to fulfill her dreams with Marwa. Banking funding it, not with him as them two together. No. She despised going back there. She despised going back there. But the only reason why she's there is because, like I said, that was her next level of coming up. That's why she couldn't stand the people in the village. She wanted Marwa to build walls all around because she didn't want to look at it. She don't even have women coming in that compound. All you seen is men working. Anybody that come on those compound grounds, they not coming there to break bread. They coming there to work. And the only reason why you see those children on the compound ground, because she's just trying to show she got a little softer side. We see straight through you. We see straight through you, girl. We see straight through you. Okay? Yes, crossover, or other words, Marwa, a crossover bridge for us. Absolutely. That's her stepping stone. That's her stepping stone. So let's go ahead and play some more.
I'm going to have some breakfast right now.
Just look at him. Now look, let's show this right here. They feel like they're on top of the world. Let's show you right there. That's Mao and his sister Dee. They feel like they're on top of the world. You see? Because what they are doing is they are taking land from the other villagers, people that's uneducated, people that have mental issues. They taking the land from them for nothing. For pennies on a dollar, guys. And what they are doing is they are building homes on there, on that land, and they're not getting their own people. They putting outside Europeans inside. That's can't make it up if I want to. I can't make it up if I want to. Bringing Europeans inside. They building all that up for the Europeans to come in and take it from them. Is history repeating itself? Is history repeating itself? That's who I want to talk about. Abraham Traore for Burkina Faso is trying his ever loving best to get away from the colonizers, educate his people, yet still these people cannot take head and recognize what's happening around them. What's going to wake them up, Lord? What's going to wake them up? And we see when it comes to Abraham Traore, what he's trying to do, how he's trying to make sure that he looks out for the betterment of his people, getting all these colonizers out. France right now don't even want to come out, think that they were entitled, think that it was their land. But now we got these young warriors that's rising up. They're sitting there telling these kinkerworms, these palmer worms, these locusts, these caterpillars, get the heck out. And they don't want to leave out. They're running them out. Get out. This is not your land. This is our land. This is our birthrights. But yet they want to sit there and they want to call you you beneath them. No, you're not. You need us. We are the bread basket. Africa is the lifeline to everything that exists. But yet you looking at you like, oh, they are gods, looking at them as they are gods. No, they won't have nothing if it wasn't for you. Everything that they got because off of your backs. And now you've seen our own silly sheep repeating history over again. Nothing is new under the sun. I should have named and titled this, Nothing is New Under the Sun. Nothing is new under the sun. All you're seeing right now is gentrification in disguise. These people are trying to gentrify their village, thinking that, it's too many of us, because anything that's light is beautiful. We need to beautify our village. Not knowing that, I promise you, the ones that you're trying to get these biracial kids, and we already know when it comes to Marwa, he's not as educated as we think he is. He think that just because kids are biracial, that they're going to have a better life. Devil, you is a liar. If anything, they're going to have it worse. They not, because they can't identify with white. They can't identify with black. It's like they own the island all by themselves. So by you having those biracial kids, what they going to do? Most likely, if they're going to go outside and get the Europeans in it and whiten it up and kick you out. And then we got history repeating itself all over again. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Star. She said, preach. Like I said, this is something that I know that I am in my lane. It doesn't matter if I have one or two. I know God is in the midst. People have said and say, "Oh, she don't have no views." I got the right people that's here. When I did have viewers, it was talking because of what you guys wanted to hear. Long as I was tickling your ears, long as I was talking the way that they want to talk. See, YouTube don't really send out stuff like this unless you're talking about tearing down. You talking about reality shows. You talking about foolish things. But this is real. This is real. And someone got to say enough is enough. If not, history is going to repeat itself all over again. And just like the sister said, Abraham Traore, right there from Burkina Faso, the Arabs came in knowing that he was a Muslim and say, we will buy you, we will build up 200 mascots right in your community. Mascots, 200. We will build it up for you. Give you millions of dollars to build up these sanctuaries or whatever they call it. He said, no, give us the money. I don't need you to build more religion stuff, even though I might be a Muslim. But no, we're looking at the benefit of our people. Sometimes you got to lay religion down to think about the benefit of your people. That's how they was able to colonize and destroy our people, because they know we are spiritual people. And they played on that. Oh, we spiritual people, so let's go ahead and let's give them the Bible. Once they was down, just like Desmond Tutu saying, praying, we was able to take their land from them. But this guy say, no, you're not going to continue putting us to sleep. Yeah, I might be a Muslim, he probably say, but we need the money. We don't have jobs. The kids don't have schools. Our infrastructure, everything sucks. So if anything, give us something where we're going to be able to build up our community. Amen. Vika said they don't even want to marry from the village. Absolutely. Because like I said, these people think anything that, just like we was talking about earlier, anything that's close to white is right. But all that is spiritual vampires. These people could never sit there and give you what you need spiritually, maybe physically. But that wears off. And then they're miserable. It's all outdoors. Because that's all you seen is that pink flesh. That's it. Leeches, just there to suck the life out of you. What's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your soul? You need someone that's strong. Someone that sees your vision, knows your heart. Where you guys can grow together. But no, we want everything that we're not supposed to have. So you have nobody to blame but yourself. I got 15 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it down. I might come back on at 5 because, like I said, this is a lot. It's time to shine the light on all this foolishness. If not, history is going to repeat itself all over again. Vika Real say that's real evil. Many Africans are migrating to Burkina Faso, BF, to set up a business. We need to talk about that. Vika and we was talking about that on. We was emailing each other that we need to talk about a lot of stuff that is going on in Burkina Faso. And there's another little young YouTuber. I talked about him the other day. I can't think what his name is. I think his name Maya. His last name is Maya. He's doing great. He got a beautiful African queen goddess on his side, and that's why he's doing great. Over millions of followers. He's out there, trying to do the betterment of his people. He was all inside the prisons where Bishop, what's his name? What's his name? Mandela. Nelson Mandela. He even was in Burkina Faso too. He's doing great things. He's not sitting there running after people that's sucking the life out of them and trying to steal from their own people. And you think that anything that's good gonna come out of that? No, not at all. Yes, that's really sad. She wants Marwa to bankroll her dream. While absolutely. And it's the same thing that's going to happen to his sister Dee. These people, it's a lot of self-hate. Ain't nobody being jealous. And the thing about it, they talking about the ones that's in the village. They are being jealous. Oh, they are being jealous. They are being hated. No, they see fools. And what you're doing is you're using your people to get on the top. That's bottom line. She wants Marwa to bankroll her dream while he wants to subscribe and donors to bankroll his dream. Two of a kind. Absolutely. Ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. That's like the blind leading the blind. And what's going to happen when two blind people try to lead each other? They're gonna end up in a ditch. What you're going to see is those two ending up in a ditch. That's what you're going to see because she wants to marry outside of her race as well. And the only reason why he with you, and I hate to say it, is because he see growth. He sees something that he can sit there and invest in and take. They'll do anything, especially when they came from nothing, to take from what you got. That's what they do when they never stop. Everything that we have, they want it. Everything. We get it, they want. Our culture, religion, everything they want. All our artifacts right there in the same museum that Rosil in today in the UK. All African artifacts. And they told us the reason why the Most High God punished us because we was worshiping false gods. Well, we was worshiping false gods. Why y'all took it and making a killing out of it in the museums? Make it make sense. They took everything, including us. And look like history is going to repeat itself until someone sat there and say, hell no, devil, enough is enough. So who's going to say, hell no, devil, enough is enough? Okay? Either both using each other. Absolutely. But the thing about it is that when it comes to Rosil is going to throw him away like disposable goods. She ain't going to want him no more. He thought he was using her. Oh, I'm going to get a European and I'm going to get those subscribers. Okay. I'm going to get a baby and I'm going to leave you right there in the village. And I'm going to sit there and travel when I want, how I want, on your expense and your people, your followers. Because your followers going to sit there and they're going to support my lifestyle. You see? Eva Miller says that I don't want to be sounding too disrespectful, but Marwa built his house on a swampy ground. Absolutely. And that's why I always sit there and say, Eva Miller, this right here, this is Bible prophecies. What you seeing right now that's happening is prophecies. You seen prophecies are being fulfilled. And for Eva Miller to sit there and say that he's building a mansion, that's why every time you're looking in the corners, mildew, cracks, because the foundation is corrupt. You can never build a solid foundation off a material possession. It's like building a house on sinking sand. What he have done is build a house on sinking sand. The winds, the hurricanes, the storms, it's going to blow it away. Them leeches going to sit there, going to take what's left. Because you reap what you sow. What you seen is he's reaping what he's sown. On a house on swampy grounds. How long will that house stand up before it sink? As I say, I got to keep it real. Absolutely. That's real talk. That's real talk. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. And no talking about the cheap labor. Because you never win playing dirty. Not in this age right here. We are in the age of information where the entire world is watching. The entire world is watching. And you trying to use your people to furnish someone lifestyle that wants to have anything to do with you. You could never please her. Never. Even if you put AA, AAA batteries in her back, you could never please her. She gonna always want. And that's real talk. That's real talk. When she finished with him, he will regret it. Absolutely. But like I said, one thing about karma does not play. Karma does not play. And karma never forget an address. And I'm not into karma. I believe the wrath of God. You don't play with God's people. touch not my anointing, do my prophets no harm. And no weapon formed against them shall prosper. You taking advantage of God's people because you feel like you have arrived. At one time, you was living just like them. At one time, you was living just like them. And like I said, when it comes to YouTube, YouTube does not play. You taking advantage of people using your platform and allowing it to be evil spoken of. That's why I said there and say, with or without YouTube, I still could eat. I still would sleep because this is not my life. This is my ministry to shine light on everything that's hidden. And look at them right now. They think that they are on top of the world off of their people. They had to take a man that's under the influence. They say the man, I'm going to say allegedly, was an alcoholic. Take his land, his birthrights, his inheritance, something that was left to him to build off of somebody else's inheritance, just to give it to the cankerworms, the palmer worms, the locusts, and the caterpillars, because they are coming to take it. Because you reap what you harvest. You reap what you have sown, and it's harvest time. I got about 10 more minutes, guys. Look at that. That's how he wooed. That's how she wooed him. You see, to get what she wanted. Look at that. Look at that. See, they know. Like I said, the enemy knows how to play their games. Knows how to play their games. They knows how to woo you. Like I say, what you see right now is temptation. She came in and wanted to look like them, culture vulture, wearing braids, shaking her butt. Well, her back. I can't say butt because ain't nothing back there. Ain't nothing back there. But they afraid of a strong woman. They afraid of a strong melanated black queen. They're afraid of them. They're afraid of them. Now, what she's doing is trying to shape what, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. No back, no nothing. But what she was doing is she was wooing him. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see how they would sell their soul? How they would sell their soul? Now look at them. Look at this right here.
He has witnesses,
She sold.
so let's do this.
Hold on. Now look at it. Let me turn the music down. Look right here. Dee sold this young guy, the one that's in the back, sold him a motorbike in the United States valued, I can't tell you no lie, no more than $400 to $500. I Googled it and I'm gonna show you. And it is an unbrand called Box. Never heard of that type of motorcycle. Never heard. And you saw Dee and her brother standing on acres of land. Acres of land. You saw acres of land. And this is what this child got. This is what this child got. And do you think that this is right? Do you think that this is right? And look how the bike. I went ahead and I Googled it. Like I said, and here is real talk. I don't have to make nothing up. They put all this out themselves. That bike is called a Bourgeois boxer, a boxer. Price in the United States for $485 to $515. $485 to $515 was swapped for acres of land. Acres of land. I can't make this up if I want to. Woe unto you. Woe unto you. Look at this.
He has witnesses. So
Look at this. I want you to see. I don't know if I got it on this part, but if not, I have it. Okay.
he has witnesses. So let's do this. Guys, we done with the business. Chief is gone. My dad is here. Daddy, greet my
And she felt like that's her.
subscribers.
That's her dad. That's her dad.
Appreciate you.
And they hold on. They feel like they have
I'm going to
accomplished.
have some breakfast
They
right
have
now.
no regrets, no nothing. No regrets, no nothing. No regrets, no nothing of taking someone's land for a bowl and swapping it for a bowl of beans. I'm gonna stop right here, guys, because now I want you to see right here when it comes to Rosia. She's showing money, trying to look like money, because that's where she wants to get off of whose back? Off of who back? No, it's not. You're right. Harley Davidson. No, that's not even near a Harvest Dave. Harley Davis or a Suzuki. Not near. And you know, when it comes to Harley Davidson, those are very expensive bikes. Those goes like $30,000 to $40,000. But they sold this child a boxer, something that we will buy around here to put children on, just to ride, around the field for a few months. After that, that's broke. That's broke. That's sad. But I'm gonna stop right here because I want to make sure that I continue talking about this right here. I want to continue talking about this. And like I said there and say, this is horrible, guys. And the thing about it is that all this right here is happening in the 21st century, in 2025. All this right here is happening. But who gonna sit there and say enough is enough? Who going to say enough is enough? If not, history is going to repeat itself again. And that's real talk. So as my girl, country girl says, great live, unapologetic, real talk. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Stay safe, stay prayed up, and bless you all. Starbucks said, dang, not even a Harley Davidson. Absolutely, Vika Real. Make sure you go ahead and check her out. She also has a platform, make sure you go and check out Vika Row _ space. Star says a Harley Davidson goes for 12,000 to 45,000. Absolutely, my friend. They have one. But the sad thing about it is that when you lack of education, poverty, people are take advantage of it. And that's exactly what you're seeing right now. You are seeing people being taken advantage of. But like I said, what goes around comes around. And one thing that we know, that karma does not play. And when you try to sit there and take, advantage of God's people, it would end up backfiring on you, So all the reactors out there that has their own channels, I know you want the clicks, I know you want the likes, but if you don't stop this is a germ. And if you don't stop it, I promise you it's going to hit home and you're going to see history repeating itself all over again. So my advice to you, is that if God has blessed you with a platform, don't worry about the clicks and likes, because one thing that I know when it comes to the Most High God, he say, I never saw the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging for bread. So if you do God's work, use your platform to shine light to all this darkness that's going on out there, I promise you, your house, nothing will like into your house. So what you need to do is go out there and go and find people that's in authority, that's going to get the job done to stop this madness, because this right here is what I call madness. Go and get the right uh resources to make sure that these people are not selling their land outright for little of nothing, because I see in the spirit, and all the ones that have been following me for a very long time, they know when I say something, you could take it to the bank. I see what you call history repeating itself again. I see history repeating itself. This is post-colonial gentrification, which means that what they are trying to do is they're trying to get the outsiders. Listen to what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. I'm going to close it out on this right here. I got 1 minute. What they are trying to do is they're trying to get outsiders to come in and invest in that land. So do you think that the outsiders that they are trying to get on that land is going to live around the ones that's in that village? What they are doing is they're going to drive the ones off of their land, and they're going to try to build into that little village. That's exactly what Marwa and Dee is doing. But I'm here to tell you, Marwa, right now, remember, you are actually living in a glass house. You are actually living in a glass house. So you have to be careful how you treat God's people, because what goes around comes around, and that's real talk. So on that note, guys, you all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I might come on today, maybe about 5 or not. I will be back tomorrow, and that's real talk.